Hey guys, thank you very much for joining. Technically, it's no longer Thursday, it's Friday, so sorry for the delay, but I'm still living on Thursday, so I'm still good officially. Yeah. Anyway, guys, there are many countries in the world which offer special types of visas like digital nomad visa or golden passports or like citizenships or residence permits by investment and like different types of visas like that, which are easier to get or have some additional benefits. The Czech Republic does not really offer anything like this. Definitely not the digital nomad visa, not like citizenship by investment, not golden passport. Czech Republic doesn't offer anything like this. They, or we, or how to call it, the Czech government makes it kind of complicated to get a visa for the Czech Republic, and it's a very protective approach of the Czech government. But there are still some interesting types of visas which I wanted to share with you to just give you the idea of what kind of, let's say, special or interesting type of visas you can get. Of course, there are the standard ones like employee card for employment or business visa or student visa. All those, everyone knows that. But today I want to speak about the different interesting types of visas. The first one would be, for example, intra-company transfer. That's nothing too special. It's just if you have like a company in, I don't know, India, and then you open a branch in the Czech Republic and you want to transfer some employees for the branches, between the branches. So if the companies are connected somehow and you are transferring a managerial position or a specialist, then you can use this special type of visa, but it's not really like anything special, and it only applies in some cases if the companies are like connected. So it doesn't apply to everyone. Not everyone can get it. There must be special conditions met, and that's actually how it is with most of the special types of visas in the Czech Republic. Eripshit, hey, hey Jan, hi Air. Nice to see you. Thank you for stopping by on my live stream. Yeah, okay. So the second thing is seasonal work. That's kind of interesting because usually you have, or the standard type of the employment related visa is so-called employee card, which is meant for any type of position, any type of salary or education level. Whatever you want to do, you can do it under the employee card. And I've done another live stream about that and another like videos about that on all my platforms. But this seasonal work is meant for positions which, from the nature of the position, are just seasonal. So if you want to come here to pick up fruits, for example, then obviously you can only do it when it's like ripe. So this is this kind of work which you can do for like you can do in the Czech Republic under the seasonal work type of visa. So then second or another type of visa which is kind of special, but it's so special that no one can really get it, is investment type of visa. But it's not like, for example, in Spain or something that you can just buy a property, buy an apartment, and you will automatically get a residence permit. If you want to get the investment type of visa in the Czech Republic, you need to make a significant investment. That usually means that you need to create at least 20 jobs in the Czech Republic, and you need to invest at least 75 million crowns. It doesn't all have to be in cash. Up to 60% of that can be like buildings or machinery or stuff like that. But it must be a significant investment. So at least 75 million crowns and at least 20 jobs created. So that's not that easy to reach, I believe. And it's not like that you just pay money and you get a passport. So it's a bit more complicated, as all the visa types in the Czech Republic. Again, mentioning that Czech Republic is a very protective country, so we are not given visas easily. Then there is something called special work visa. That's only meant for Ukrainian citizens. And then basically, I'm not sure if it was ever activated. The government has to activate it in some special situations. So that mainly applies, for example, if there is a calamity. If there was a strong wind and half, and now I'm frozen on Facebook. Okay, I'm back. So if there was a strong wind and it like broke all the trees in the Czech Republic, so there was this calamity and we needed someone to take care of the trees and like burn it, or I don't know, then the government could like open this type of applications, and then you could apply for the special work visa, which is a very special. And I'm not sure if it was introduced a couple years ago, and I'm not sure if it was ever like executed, if the government ever decided that we need those. So, but that's an option. Then 3, which are kind of more standard, we've worked with them because the previous ones, intra-company transfer, we don't really deal with that often. Seasonal work, not really. That's mainly meant for short-term stays anyway. Investment, as mentioned, 75 million crowns is kind of like a good separation of applicants. So we haven't had any clients like that. Special work visa, as mentioned, it was probably never activated. So we haven't had cases like that. But now there are 3 types which are kind of strange or like special or not that common, but we have some experience with. So one would be a sports visa. So if you're a professional athlete, professional sportsman, a football player, hockey player, basketball player, whatever, you can get a sports visa. There are some limitations depending on how, like, what league do you play, but you can get a visa as a sportsman or sportswoman. So that's possible. The other one, which we have some experience with, is a culture visa. But that means that there must be some Czech cultural institution which wants you in the Czech Republic. So we had a couple opera singers, we had a theater actor. So those are positions like that. If there is, for example, the Czech National Theater wanting you to perform there, or if there is, we had this one guy from the US for the Shakespeare company, that's a theater company. So if you're an actor or if you're an artist in general, and there is some institution in the Czech Republic which wants you in the Czech Republic, you can get the cultural visa. And then when you're very desperate and you just want to move to the Czech Republic, but you cannot find a proper reason to do that, there is something called other purpose of stay. That means that basically if you don't fall under any other category, you can try to convince the ministry that your reason to stay in the Czech Republic is good enough. Honestly speaking, how high are your chances? That's I cannot really tell, because it often depends also on the mood and the like opinion of the decision maker. But we've used it before. Couple of years ago, we used to use it for retired Americans because they just showed that they have like $2,000, $3,000 monthly income from the Social Security, and then they wrote some like touchy letter explaining how their great someone was somehow related to the Czech Republic and that they want to discover their roots, and the ministry was approving visas easily. But they stopped that some years ago. And if you're a retired American now, you cannot easily, or retired any other country, but we have experience mainly with Americans because the pensions are there significantly higher than here or some other countries. But yes, they stopped doing those visas because the ministry started reasoning, saying, hey, the fact that you want to discover your roots doesn't necessarily mean that you need to have a visa here. You can come using the 90 days, the visa-free stay, and then you can leave and you can come back again for another 90 days. So do it like this and don't bother us with visas. So the ministry is looking for some active purpose of your stay. So this does not really work anymore. But what we usually use it for, the other purpose of stay, is studies in programs which are not accredited. So if you, for example, want to study languages, or if you want to study a private university or program which is not accredited, then the other purpose of stay is the way to go. Okay, so those were the, I'll get to the question, Eripshit, in a second, but I just want to recap everything I've been through today with you. So first, Czech Republic is a very protective country, so we don't offer any like very special types of visa welcoming many people to come here. They are very protective, and if you want to move here and get a visa as a non-EU citizen, then you really need to prove very, very well that you have a reason to be in the Czech Republic. So Czech Republic doesn't really offer anything like a digital nomad visa or citizenship by investment or like residence permit by investment or golden passports, stuff like that. Not really. We have some interesting types of visas, though. For example, the intra-company transfer, seasonal work, other purpose of stay, culture or sports visa, or investment visa, or the special work visa in case there are some like calamities, some natural disasters, and we need some help to deal with that. Yeah, so that was it. Let me just see the question now for Ipshit Chowdhury. Czech Republic is very good than my last stay experience in Krakow, Poland, as I discussed with you earlier. Indeed. Your advice is really clear vision, although I'm experiencing here in Czech. Thank you. The Czech Republic is, if you asked me couple years ago, I would have said that the Czech Republic is the best place to live in the world for many reasons. And I'm kind of losing this opinion a bit in the last couple of years, but still, technically speaking, objectively speaking, if you look at it, it's a very good country to live in. The economy is doing well. We don't have any natural disasters here besides floods from time to time. We don't have any dangerous animals. We don't have any like poisonous animals or like big, we don't have sharks or like dangerous bear or whatever. I don't know. People here don't care, which on one hand might be a disadvantage. On the other hand, they usually let you do whatever you want, as long as you don't interfere with them. So and the medical system is good. The level of medical care is very good. Schooling is good. The only bigger problem now is housing, because there are not enough flats being built. So there's been a crisis of housing for a couple of years. But besides that, it's still a very nice place to live. So, and very safe. Obviously, it's very, very, very safe. I always used to give this example when we used to do presentations in different schools about different areas of Prague where to live. And I always gave this example or statistic, let's say, that there are on average 20 murders in Prague every year, which means that like 20 murders a year. That's, for example, in some American cities, it's like a daily rate. And in general, like Prague has 1.3 million people in Prague, and 20 murders a year, that's not really a lot. So Czech Republic is a very, very safe country, and there are no real threats here now. So definitely a very good place to live. RFLCTR is asking on YouTube. Hello, can I ask, does Czech Republic allow the change of long-term study visa to work visa in case I was able to find a job and presented a job contract? For your information, I'm in the end of my college studies in the Czech Republic. Yes, that's possible if you find a job and you meet all the conditions, meaning that the job is advertised through the labor office, has the vacancy number, or in case you finished your Czech education and you have a Czech diploma, then you can switch from the student type of visa to an employee card or a blue card. There's no problem with that. You just need to make sure that you apply for the change before your current visa expires or residence permit expires, because if you submit the application after, then it might not even be submitted, accepted. And if it is accepted, it can be denied. But if you have still like a valid visa or residence permit as a student, and you find a job and you follow the procedure, you can switch to employment, to the employee card or blue card, no problem. Aaron, if you applied for long stay visa through embassy and your current residence permit expired, what should happen to the application for employee card? If you applied, so let me read it one more time. It's what's the time? Like it's 1 o'clock at night. Okay. So one more time. If you applied for a long stay visa through embassy and your current residence permit expired. What should happen to the application for employee card? I kind of don't understand the question, because why would you apply for a long-term visa through embassy if you have a valid residence permit in the Czech Republic? I don't understand the question. I don't know if you can somehow maybe specify it a bit more or explain. I'll be happy to answer. But I don't understand why would you apply for a long stay visa through an embassy if you have a residence permit. So I just don't understand this. So if you can please tell me a bit more, I'll be happy to react and answer. Yeah, YouTube RFLCTR, I appreciate it. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. If you need any assistance with that, let me know, and we'll be happy to help. We do this very often, like switching from the student to an employee card is pretty common thing. Also, if you don't find a job, and if you studied in the Czech Republic, if you studied a Czech university and accredited program, there is a special type of residence permit, so-called job seeker residence permit, which gives you additional 9 months after you finished your studies to stay in the Czech Republic and either look for employment or start your own business. So that would be another option if you, for example, couldn't find a job before your student visa or student residence permit expires, but you finished your studies, then you can apply for this job seeker residence permit as well. Aaron, not in Czech Republic, having residence permit from Poland. Okay, then I understand. If you apply for a long stay visa through embassy and your current residence permit expires, yeah. Now that's fine. That's fine. If you had a residence permit in some other country, say in Poland, and you applied for a Czech visa, and then your residence permit in Poland expired, that's fine. There is no problem with that, because the important part is that you submitted the application while you were legal in the Czech Republic, in Poland, so that's fine. The only complication there can be that you should officially pick up the approved visa from the embassy where you applied for it. So if you applied in Poland, at the Czech embassy in Poland, you should pick up the visa from the Czech embassy in Poland. And if your residence permit in Poland expired already, then I guess you had to leave Poland and you went back to your home country. So the question is, if you manage to get back to the Czech embassy in Poland once you're approved. So that's the only complication I can see, but it should not have any further influence on the actual application, because it was submitted legally during the time you were able or allowed to submit it, so you should be fine. Reaction from Eripshit. Aaron, you should visit Czech embassy Warsaw if your TPR is expired in Poland. I know this process very well. Jan, a year ago, I asked the same question to you, Family EU. Like the thing is that if you applied somewhere outside of your home country, then you should kind of keep maintaining the status there, so you don't have to leave the country and you can actually pick up the approved visa. But if you've missed that already, so then the only complication might be for you to get back to that country and collect the approved visa. With family members of EU citizens, it works a bit differently, and now especially because there was a change in the law in August last year, 2021, and there is a different definition now for different family members of EU citizens. So it's a bit different than it used to be, but family members of EU citizens have still slightly better and different rules than non-EU citizens in general. So that can be a significant difference if you're a family member of an EU citizen or if you're not. Okay, guys, it's been 20 minutes. That will be one of the shortest or the shorter ones I've done. So, but if you have some more questions, either on YouTube or on Facebook, please feel free to ask. I'll be happy to answer. Otherwise, I'll probably go to sleep because it's 1 o'clock at night. So I should probably go. Last year, my TPR was hanged from Poland and had to go to India and came back. But yeah, it's great. If you manage to get it done, Because usually if you leave the Czech Republic for whatever reason, if you're Indian and you leave the Czech Republic, then it's very difficult to come back because of many reasons, like the quotas at the embassy or just the approach of the Czech government to some applications. So, and like getting an appointment in India is one of the funny parts as well. I did another video about that a couple of weeks ago. And there is one funnier one now. It's not that funny because the funnier embassy then in India was in Poland, in Ukraine. So I did a video about that, how complicated it is to get an appointment in India and in Ukraine. So yeah, if you need to leave and go back to India, it's very difficult to get back here. So I'm happy you managed and that you're happy, I guess, here. You should sleep in. Okay, so do you mean that I look like you should go to sleep already? I received in the same day by luck. Yeah, now that's great. I'm really happy for you. If you're here and you're still with your partner and you're enjoying life here, that's the only thing I can wish for you. Now YouTube, one more question. Glad to know about the job seeking permit. In my case, currently studying. Should I apply for it 1 month before my visa expires? You can apply for it even longer, and we generally recommend applying as early as you can, because if you apply like the very last moment and for whatever reason you made a mistake or you submitted the application incomplete or to a different branch or whatever, if there is some mistake and the ministry denies the application eventually, then you're left with nothing, because the previous one, let's say the student permit expired, you didn't renew it, and then the new one was denied. So then you are left with nothing. But if you apply 3-4 months in advance, for most applications, it's possible to apply 3-4 months before it expires. Then you still have enough time to get the result before the current one expires. And then you have some chance to do it, to do something about it. You can have some backup plan or stuff like that. So it's definitely better to apply even more than 1 month before, if you can do that. Because, for example, for the job seeker, you already need to have the diploma, or you need to be, the studies must be finished. So sometimes you cannot really apply until you get all the diplomas and everything is done on the school side. But if you can, definitely apply even more than 1 month in advance. I'm dying for Prague arrival from Ostrava. No job scope here, unfortunately. Well, yeah, what to say about that? I would say that there are many opportunities in Prague, but maybe for specific like fields or specific skills. But definitely, and especially if you speak English and maybe one more language, then you should always find a job here in companies like Bluelink or ExxonMobil or Accenture, companies like that, or AB InBev, the brewery. All those are based in Prague, and they have their support center, their call center. So if you're not really particular about the job you would like to do here, I believe you should find a job here, because there are plenty of opportunities even for expats and people who speak multiple languages. Usually don't have much problems finding something here. So, or companies like Sirva as well, global mobility companies. So there are plenty of big companies based here, and they're all desperately looking for employees, especially if you speak Dutch. That's a very, very, very like high demand for Dutch speakers on the market. So maybe learn Dutch, and then you will be able to find a job easily, and like it will be well paid as well. But Ostrava, I've been to Ostrava a couple times, and I like the city, especially like the old like factory part, because I was there for the colors of Ostrava, so I enjoyed it. But I was also to the Ministry of the Interior in Ostrava, which was kind of interesting experience. I would say it put me like 50 years back, because in Prague you have those like touch screens, that when you go to the ministry and you choose the agenda and all this, type in your passport number, stuff like that, it's all touch screens. In Ostrava, I don't know if it's still the same, maybe let me know if shit, but when I was there, you had like those huge like steel buttons, and you had to like press the button, and then it printed something on the paper. Like you could hear the printer like. It was very weird and very old school. So I hope it's changed, but it was a very interesting experience in Ostrava, at the Ministry of the Interior. Thank you as well, or you're welcome. My pleasure to be helpful. Yeah, okay, guys. So I will. Okay, one more message. Thank you. Now I'm about to retire. My day for now. Have a good sound sleep. See you again. Yes, Ostrava is very peace. One thing, the advantage. Even Moja is very fast in Ostrava. Yes, it's still the same. Okay, yeah. Okay, I might once more go there and enjoy the MOI in Ostrava. But guys, thank you very much for being with me today. I'm happy that I provided some value, that I could answer some of your questions. And thank you for following me, and see you again on Monday, and then again on Thursday, and then again on Monday, and then again on Thursday, and this until the end of the world. So good night, guys. Thank you very much. Okay, yeah, of course. I believe you added me on Facebook into friends. So of course, when I'm going there, I will be happy to meet. And if you invite me for a lunch, then it will be even better. Ciao. Good night, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you guys on Facebook. Thank you guys on YouTube. Sleep well, and see you again next week. Bye, guys. And those of you who are watching me on YouTube, first of all, sorry for the quality of the video, because it's late at night and I'm missing some light bulbs here, so the light is not that good. So sorry for that, but you can enjoy me for a couple more seconds, because I usually first like finish the live stream on Facebook, and I'm finishing it later on YouTube. So thank you very much. Have a good night as well. And thank you for joining. Thank you for following me. I really appreciate it. And the numbers of my followers and all that is increasing, and it's really happy to see that. So thank you for being one of them. Sleep well, and see you next time. Bye.